Hi, I'm Felicia, owner of His Daughter, and today we're going to be making our herbal blend that we put into mostly our baby line. We put it into our baby butt balm, and then we put it in our boo-boo stick. So it's some natural herbs that I've either purchased or grown myself, fully dried. And we're going to add them to the pot. We're going to add some oils and let it simmer, and then let it hang out for about 24 to 36 hours. Strain it, and then it will be our herbal blend for a lot of our products. So we're going to start first with lavender. It's very soothing to the skin and very calming to the skin. If you have red, irritated skin, lavender is wonderful. So we're going to add that to the pot. Chamomile is also very gentle for the skin. It's also very calming for skin that's red or inflamed, and just wonderful, especially for a baby's body. So we're going to add that. And you see, I'm not getting the petals or anything, just organic plant material. Now this is marshmallow root, and it got its name because of the mucilage it would form when you boiled it. So they literally use this root to make marshmallows, which they don't anymore, but they did like in olden times to make marshmallows, so that's why it gets the name marshmallow root. Very good for the skin, for inflammation, very calming for the skin. It is absolutely wonderful. So we add that to our pot too. So now this next one is chickweed. Some of the chickweed, you could find it growing naturally in your yard, but I actually had a pot of it that I grew, so I knew no animals got to it. It was completely in a controlled environment. But if you find it in your yard, if you rinse it fully, dry it, and let it dry completely, you have your chickweed. But it's so good for eczema. It's so good for eczema-prone skin. It's very calming to the skin, very healing, and it's also good for inflammation. So we're going to add that chickweed right to our pot. And you see today I'm using an enamel pot. Enamel or stainless steel pots are the only two you should use when you're making these blends. You never want to use an aluminum pot because it's really not good for making anything in it. So you do not use aluminum at all. So it's enamel or stainless steel pots. Now this is one of my favorites. It's our comfrey leaf. It's sort of spiky, and I grow it myself. They call it, it has a nickname called bone knit. So it's real high in allotonin, which helps cell production and healing. It is so good. People used to use this in olden times for healing bones. They'd put the raw material, set a bone, put this over, add it on, and bandage it up, and your body would absorb it, and it truly brings healing. I tell everybody that never use it on a deep wound because it will heal a wound so quickly that it won't, that underneath it won't have time to heal. So that's why you never use it on deep wounds. You just use it on minor wounds, and it's wonderful for healing. So that comfrey, it all goes into the pot. And it's about a cup. And all these herbs, you can see they're fully dried. The reason why you have to have fully dried herbs is because if you have any kind of moisture in your plant, that causes bacteria. You don't want any bacteria. And in here we have calendula, very high in allotonin as well, very good for skin conditions, eczema, awesome. So that's wonderful, and that goes in the pot. Okay, so now we're going to be adding our oils to the dried herbals that we have in the pot. But if you don't have all this stuff, it's okay. I just like having a nice blend for all the different properties. I think just a calendula oil, and it's so easy to grow, and it really reseeds itself in the spring. It's called French marigold. Even growing that in your yard, harvesting the blossoms just before they're going to go into a full bloom, and drying them and putting them in olive oil is such a healing oil just by itself, or whatever herbals you have. Okay, so now we are going to add our oil to the pot. So the herbs are basically a 1-to-4 ratio of what I'm doing. So one, like say a 1/4 cup of herbals to 1 cup of oil is pretty much what I follow. But you can have it if you just want to just have a little bit of, if you want to have a 1-to-1 ratio, have it a little stronger, that absolutely is fine too. So we got our oil in there, olive oil, and I'm going to add some sweet almond and coconut oil. Mid-chain triglyceride oil is they take out 1 triglyceride in that coconut oil so that it's in liquid form. So we're going to add some of that to it. But you can, avocado oil works wonderful. In fact, and you're just going to do a low simmer, or if you don't even want to use the stove, you can keep it in a jar in a sunny window for about a month with the herbals, and then strain it, and that works just as effective too. But we simmer it for a little bit, maybe 45 minutes to an hour, turn it off and let the oils all hang out in there for 24 to 36 hours. So we're adding sweet almond oil, but avocado oil, because of the fatty acids in it, is very good for the skin too. We use that in some of our massage oils. So whatever you have around your home, this is sweet almond oil, so we have all those oils in there, and they're just going to hang out in the pot, and we're going to simmer them on the stove, and then we'll strain it tomorrow just before we leave the shop. So here it is, just in my enamel pot. You can see all the oils, and they'll just simmer right here. One last thing I would want to show you, we do try to infuse a lot of the herbs we use into our products. Now here is our rose geranium. It doesn't, and I could show you the difference between like a regular geranium you buy at the garden center and the ones that we grow here. But these are wonderful for skin. Geranium is wonderful for aging skin and for healing skin. It brings hormonal balance when it's in an essential oil to your body, and it brings balance to your skin as well. So I'm going to show you how we grow rose geranium, and then we bring it into winter because it cannot go out in our climate. It's indigenous to South Africa, so we're going to go over and I'm going to show you what we do with our rose geranium. But we're not using it today, but I think it would be a nice addition to show you how we use herbs here at His Daughter. So here we have our rose geranium, and they truly go crazy in the winter because they're just dying to get outside. And I want to show you. So it just started to bloom this week. So your herbs are at its optimal level when it's blooming, just before it blooms. So I saw that one bloom. So now I know it's time to pick this, take all the leaves off, and let it fully dry. If you don't, we have so much, we put it on trays and we dry it. And it will probably take 4 to 6 weeks to completely dry before we'll pack it away. And we will use this in we have a rose facial bar, so we will put those dried leaves in that bar. But then that's how you know how to harvest your herbs just before it starts blossoming. The leaves are at its peak level of oil. So that's what we'll do with our scented geranium. We'll pick them, take off the leaves, and dry them, and use them in future products. Yeah, so all these items, most of them are available for you at hisdaughtershop.com. If you have any questions, please let us know in the comment section. Please click and like our page. We're going to be trying to do a little bit more videos more consistently, and it's just really simple things that you have around your house and your home, or that you can source yourself. We try to use as much organic material as we can, and with little to no pesticides on it. And the end result in the products is amazing. The Boo Boo Stick is very healing, but with this we get arnica oil in it, which is very good for healing. We add that, and a baby butt balm is very healing for a baby's sensitive skin. So thank you for watching.